Alright, so it's been a little while, so I thought I should make an update video. These are the heads that run Angel's Nova. This is Angel sitting on the deck. Pretty exciting. This is the Mustang. Still needs a transmission. We'll get to that. I mean, not on video. We'll get to that, though. Don't worry about that. And let's see. Oh, yeah. These are the heads that are now on Angel's car. We had a little issue. We're at a cruise, and the car died. First it idled up. So she kicked her down, started idling right. Then it started running really weird, and it died. We pushed it off the road. I popped the hood. The wing nut was sitting on top of the air cleaner. There's nothing here. And the stud was gone. And the stud had broke off. I have it somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. Saved it for a little memento. Anyway, the stud broke off in the carburetor. Rattled around until the wing nut loosened up. The stud dropped down into the carburetor. Stuck in the throttle blades, which caused it to idle up. Kicked the idle down, it fell, went into the runner, and got stuck in a valve. So, surprisingly enough, it didn't damage anything. The valve, from what we can tell, isn't bent, The seat looks good. Everything looks good on the heads. But, which we didn't know until we pulled the head off. So by that time I had just ordered these and had this back together in less than a week. Or about a week from the time it broke, it was back together with these heads and we were at another cruise. So that's that. And this thing is good to go. I shut your hood now. And then the old Ford here. As you know, sold the flathead and I'm modifying the floor for a small block and a turbo 350 tranny. There's the wire harness that Gerald got me. I'm looking at the floor because anyway, I have the transmission sitting over here waiting. I had the engine done, ready to go, which I think you now know, and if you didn't, is now in this. This is our K10 truck. We were having problems with this thing. It had one of those Target Master Mexican 350 engines in it, and we just couldn't get it running right, and to this day we still don't know what's wrong with it. We ended up just pulling it out. I gave it away, and this was the engine now that was for my 50. So it's just a you know, stock 350 with blueprint aluminum heads on it. I painted them because I didn't want aluminum heads on the 50, so I painted them gold. Actually, Jim painted them. He painted the block. He did everything on this. And so that's in this now. So the engine from this I gave away, but this thing is good to go now. I'm gonna start working on it whenever I, find the extra time. We did get a tailgate from a buddy, and so Angel did the body work on this. I put white primer on it, and so that's the first panel that's done. We have the patches for this bedside. I'm just gonna start putting a panel and primer at a time, and the goal of this is just to fix the rust and get it like single stage white, flat white, something, so it's one color, and that'll be that. So I have the engine that was in the Model A. So this is the only thing I have now that I could put in the 50. There's the oil pan that was on that Nova oil pan. We gotta get a cam for this and heads and put it together. We can get back on this. Then the last time we were talking about this, I think we were, as I was told by Matt, putting in the taillights in this new rear panel. As you can see, that is done. And so she's looking pretty good. It was a mad thrash to get this thing back together and looking halfway decent for Good Guys, which was this weekend. So I went Friday, Saturday, and a little bit today, Sunday. So we got the stock style, or the stock headlights on with newer halogen bulbs. Fixed the grill shell. It was all hammered back and pushed way underneath the axle from someone hitting something before I owned it. It really needs a new one, but Jimmy decided that we should go ahead and fix this one up a little bit for now. So I did most of the body work real quick, polyed it, blocked it, and urethane primed it white, sanded that dry with some 500, put some Urichem white, bright white base on it with some of their ice pearl on the top, which you can't really see in this lighting. Oh, there you can. So in the sun, it's got some sparkle to it. Cleared it. As you can tell, as a last minute thing, I had my buddy Mike D flake these this dash piece, which I never had before. I found one at a swap meet a while back, and these door poles or whatever these things are to match the engine. So as you can see, it's looking pretty sweet. I got my shift knob on there, and we put some carpet in there, shift boot, floor mats, and the jams are actually the same color as the car now, except for right here where I put some Raptor liner on that. Doors fit, doors shut, everything is good here, and it's pretty cool having it. This is the nicest this car has ever been. Ever. So that's pretty sweet. Polished the intake a little bit and the valve covers to get all the overspray off, and yeah, I'm happy with this for now. This is not the last stage of this car. As you know, I still have a Bowling Brothers chassis for it. And so one more time on this one, unless I sell it like it is, then I'll start over. Because basically, the only thing I'm using off of this is the body, maybe the engine. I already have most of the front suspension. And yeah. This body still needs, we put patch panels in the cowl on this side. The door still needs skins. Quarters have been patched prior to me owning it. They need redone. This rear panel is new, obviously, and we fixed the deck lid to fit, because most Model A's don't seem to have very good fitment back here on the trunk. I fixed the big buckle in this quarter panel. This body still needs new wheel wells. I put white Raptor liner on those, but they need replaced. Jimmy tinted the windows green, so it looks pretty cool. And that's about it. Angel's car's good to go. This thing's pretty much good to go for wherever now. And next is to fix the transmission in that and get back going on this. I've said this, I don't know how many years I've said this, but this winter, this car, I want to get it done and drivable. Not doing the paint and body on it, at least not well. I may sand it down and put a flat color on it, but I'm never painting this one nice until it's chopped, because I'm not going to be happy with any paint job on this car if the car's not chopped. I'm also not attempting to chop myself, so that's something I would pay somebody that knows what they're doing to do, because I don't want to ruin this car. Not that we would, I don't want to do it. It's not my thing. Jimmy, he wants to do it. But anyway, so that's the update that's going on around here. I don't really make videos anymore. They take a lot of time for me to do. I got to do it on my phone now, which is fine. I can't do it on iMovie because my phone says I don't have enough storage to produce the movie or whatever after I spend all the time making it. It sucks trying to transfer the files to the computer and then doing it on those crappy programs I have. Basically, I'm just making a bunch of excuses. And besides that, I mean, I don't make any money off YouTube, so it's just a hassle right now. It used to be fun, and I don't know what happened. But maybe I'll start getting into it a little bit if I can figure out an easy way to make it happen. But, yeah. So if you want to do what I do and just sit and look at how cool the dash looks, we can do that for a few minutes. Alright, well, I guess the next thing to do is clean the garage up and fit the Mustang in here and pull the transmission out and see what's going on there. And that is your update for around here.